So today we're going to do direct variation. Next time we'll do inverse variation, and those are our last two topics. So what we're going to do is look at these three graphs and decide what we notice about them. And what do you notice about them? They go through 0, 0 and are linear. Those are the two things. They're lines and they go through the origin. They go through 0, 0 and they are linear. And that's what a direct variation is. In a nutshell, that's the whole lesson. It's a line that goes through 0, 0. So all of the graphs represent a direct variation. Direct variation, V-A-R-I-A-T-I-O-N. Because the line passes through the origin. A direct variation in real life, like, because if you did a word problem, it means when one thing goes up, the other thing also goes up. For example, having a job and getting a paycheck. The more hours you work, the more money you make. As one thing goes up, the other thing also goes up. Is this making sense? Okay, that's what a direct variation is. All right, so the equation is y equals kx. We use k for a constant of variation. K is considered the constant variation. But k is just the slope. It's just the slope of the line. So if you want to think of it as y equals mx, like m for slope, if that suits you better, it's fine. It means the same thing. It is y equals mx plus b. We just don't write the b because since it goes through the origin, b is 0. So you could write y equals kx plus 0 if you wanted to. We just generally don't write the 0, okay? So looking at these, we're going to write the slope, the y-intercept, and then write the equation. It's been a while since we've done this, but do you remember slope counting the little boxes up and over, drawing in the little triangle? All right, so it starts at 0, 0, and you want to find some other like nice points that are on the graph and maybe dot those in. And all you have to do is count how much up and how much over it goes. And I would always draw in the little triangles for you. So it goes up how much? Up 2 over 1. So the slope is 2. You can write 2 over 1 if you want, but it's just 2. The y-intercept is 0. It's going to be 0 for all of them. And so, good. Y equals 2x. It's y equals 2x plus 0. Again, if you really want to write the plus 0, if that suits you better, you can totally do that. Good.
So where does it come?
K is the slope.
Oh.
So K is the 2. And again, if you want to think of it as M instead of K, do that. It is the slope. No. Yeah, this one's going down instead of up. Are you already like looking at the next one? Okay, sorry, you guys got ahead of me. All right, so what do you see as the slope for the next one? If you want to draw in little triangles for these, it goes down how much and over how much? Over 1. It's down 1 over 1. Hey guys, what's 1 over 1? 1, it's just going to be negative because it's going down. So negative 1, y-intercept is 0. So your equation is y equals negative 1x, or just negative x. All right, slope for the next one. Again, if you want to bold some of the points that land on like nice whole numbers, you can do that. And you just want to count how much up and how much over it goes. So this one's going up 1 over 3. So your slope is 1/3. What's the y-intercept? 0. And so y equals 1/3 x.
So the y-intercept is 0. Does that mean the x-intercept is 0?
Yes, because the origin is 0, 0. So it would be both of them. Okay, so the place where the graph crosses the x-axis is also called a 0. This is what you were just bringing up. How many zeros do each of these have? Well, look, how many times do they touch the x-axis? Once. So they all only touch once. And where is it? 0. That's what Sammy was just saying. If it goes through the origin, that means the y-intercept is 0 and x-intercept is 0. They're both 0. Okay. So now we're going to draw a few of these ourselves. So we're going to graph the points and listen to the directions. Decide if they represent a direct variation. They might and they might not. It's like a yes, no question. So let's plot these points. -1, -1 would be right here. And again, you're gonna have to look. I don't have a better explanation than look, it's that point right there. We have 1, 1, and then 3, 3. Okay, so hold on, give everyone a second. This one is a yes. And the reason why is because if you connect those, what's going to happen? If you connect them, it goes through the origin. And also, I'd like for us to write out what the K value is, and that's the slope. If you want to write M instead of K, that's fine. How much up and over does this one go? Well, if it's up 2 over 2, it's just 1. It's up 1 over 1, or 2 over 2 is 1. I don't know, however you want to think of it. No, because it's going up. If it was going down, it would be negative. But that's a good thing to bring up. Let's just try it again. Go ahead and plot these points. So -3, -4 would be right there. Again, you're going to have to look because I don't have a better reason than it's that point right there. 0, 0, so that's looking promising. And then 3, 4. So the question is, if you connect those, is it a direct variation? Good. It goes through the origin and it's a line, and I want us to write out the K value as well. How much up and then how much over? Yeah, 4 over 3. Good. Up 4 over 3. Okay. Let's try it again. We're going to plot these points. So 0, 2, 1, 5, and 2, 8. And you can connect them too. They do make a line, but why? Good. It's a no because it does not go through 0, 0. So it is a line, but it's not a direct variation. Not what we're looking for. Bummer. Okay. And we're just going to try one more of these. So 0, 0, that's seeming promising. 1, 4 would be right there. And then 2, 5 would be right there. Now be quiet and give everyone a chance to plot the points, for heaven's sake. Some of you like shout stuff out so quick, and it's cool that you're on top of it, but give everyone a chance. Do you think yes or do you think no?
No, that's a quadrant.
It is a no. It does go through the origin, but I can't even connect those in a straight line, so that's not a direct variation. Yeah, it would be like a U. Well, you can't even really tell if it's a U because we would need some more points, but I would say U instead of line for sure, given like those two choices. All right, so for these, we're going to look at it on the calculator and again, just decide if it's a yes or a no. So what you guys are going to have to do is look up here. I'm going to type in the first one. You just need to look. Y equals -4x. What do you think?
Yes.
Very good. That's yes. Could you have told it was yes before I graphed it? Because it's y equals -4x. So what's your constant of variation? -4, just the slope. This one is going to be no. Let me just share my screen and graph it for everybody though. It was -2x plus 3. Why is that a no?
Because it's not Y. It has
Yeah, good. It's not going through 0, 0. So we're going to say no, and then you just don't even need to answer that question because it was a no, so there's nothing that you can put there. Well, let me show it to you. There's no reason to just not graph it, okay? You have a calculator. All right, 2/3 x. Is it a line that goes through 0, 0?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it's yes, and your K value is 2/3. All right, and then these last two, you're given a point to get you started. You have to plot and write down 2 more points. Watch. If this is the first point, the next one needs to be 0, 0. So go ahead and plot that and write 0, 0. Like one of the points has to be the origin. So that one's kind of like an automatic one. Now you need to come up with another though, and you need to use the slope. So look, just watch me point to it. To get from here to here, we went down 1, right, good. So you need to go down 1, right 3 again. So this is where your third point would go. And when I go to write that one down, what is its coordinate? 3, -1. And then the constant of variation is the slope. I already kind of said that. If you connect these, you went down 1 over 3. So it is -1/3. And I did not connect those very well. So I'm going to just try that again. There we go. Thank you. I say that all the time, but I would like for the line to at least go through the points. I just kind of did that. So I was trying to make it a little bit better. So last one. Here's your first point. Where does automatically the next point have to be? Yeah, has to be 0, 0. So just go ahead and put that at the origin. As a heads up, don't stop listening to me when I finish this last one, because I'm going to show you what your check your understanding looks like, and you need to listen so you don't have a bazillion questions. Okay. Now, how did we get from here to here? It looks like we went down 3, left 3. So just go down 3, left 3 again. Just like continue the pattern. And what is the coordinate for? Yeah, -3, -3. Now, there are actually a whole bunch of other points that you could have picked instead, and those wouldn't be wrong at all. Yeah, because its slope is just, do you guys see that? Up 1 over 1? So what's another point that we could have picked? Like if you, yeah, 1, 1 or 2, 2. Yeah, like any of those would have been valid answers. Okay, now just look, the back of this is blank, right? Yeah, I thought that was it. There's not much to this. I would like for you to look, because I do not want to have to answer a bazillion questions when you start this. Okay, so can you please just watch? Are you all looking? Okay, you're doing 10.3. Do you see how there are 4 sections? Why are you only going to do the first 2? Oh my gosh, because you read the directions up there. But can you look up here? Why would I only have you do the first 2? We haven't done the inverse yet. Let me just do one problem in each section so that you can see what it's going to be asking you. Can you look? It says y and x are in direct proportion. Y is 28 when x is 4. Here's all you have to do. What is 28 divided by 4? 7 is the slope. You with me here? 7 is the slope. So what is y when x is 3? Well, what is 7 times 3? Okay, now the other section is the same thing, but there's going to be words. But look, a company orders 10 box lunches from a deli for this much money. You're going to divide those to figure out how much each one costs. So you would do 116.50 divided by 10. Hold on, let me come over here. 116.50 divided by 10. 1165 is how much each lunch is, times 13. 151.45. Here's the too long didn't listen version. Divide the first 2 numbers and multiply by the third one. Okay? I'm in the business of getting correct answers. So if you didn't listen to me, that's what you need to do. Okay? All right. Let me hit stop.